watching movies and jamming out. K-Flix 198.4 Fiction Radio.
Welcome back to K-Flix Fiction Radio. I'm sure some of you have been waiting quite a while for us to do this show today. So how about it, Dustin? Let's crank this one up to 11 and finally talk about Spinal Tap.
Yeah, kind of the quintessential fictional band.
Yeah, no joke.
And one that has become, in a backwards way, a very real band that's played some very big shows.
Yeah. Their popularity only grew after they were so fictional.
I mean, dude, Spinal Tap is like no joke. They're like the OG when it comes to a lot of stuff. I mean, it's the first like mockumentary of this kind I remember seeing, and that I can think of.
Absolutely.
I feel like maybe that the idea had been toyed with. Like we talked about this earlier today, actually. The Monty Python had done the Ruttles.
That's true.
They're like fake Beatles band.
Right.
But like doing it this way, like it's everything that Christopher Guest's whole career became, his career as a director.
Yeah.
It's also like every comedy show that was popular for a while. I mean, it's The Office and Parks and Rec, Modern Family, like everything was single cam under the guise of being this sort of mockumentary style to some degree.
Yeah, Spinal Tap definitely changed the landscape of comedy.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. That is not an undersell at all.
No, it really is not.
It's really an important thing, and I'm glad we're here to finally talk about it on our show. And hey, I want to let folks know up front, we know, obviously, that Spinal Tap II is about to drop. It's about to premiere this week, and we here at K-Flix, we're going to go see it, and we're going to bring you our quick turnaround review of the film next Monday.
Yeah, we're going to have a nice quick turnaround, but, we're going to have some thoughts on it, so might as well get it out to the people real quick.
Shawn's nervous because he's got to edit super fast on
yeah,
this one.
Yeah, it's going to be the quickest turnaround I've ever had to do, so this will be a fun experiment.
Yeah, we'll do it live. Not live, but pretty close. So, yeah, stick around for more Spinal Tap and come back next week for more Spinal Tap.
Absolutely.
Do you remember when you first saw this movie? I don't. I'll get that out right now. I don't.
Yes, junior year of high school.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. I want to say it might have even been later for me. Like, I feel like I was late to this. Like, I'm late to everything. I feel like I was late to this.
Well, music being your main catalyst throughout my entire history of knowing you over the medium of watching films. Like, you consume more music than you've ever consumed a visual style of entertainment.
That's fair, yeah. Okay.
So that doesn't necessarily surprise me. You got there eventually because the worlds collided so well for this kind of a
because
project.
What surprised me was how much good music there was in this. I mean, that's the number one thing about Spinal Tap is what allows it to be so funny is that you're not distracted by the music being like some kitschy, stupid, tacked on thing. Like, the music is good.
Yeah, well, it's very similar to how Lonely Island and Tenacious D operate, of just having really good songs that are silly.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think Spinal Tap is even a degree more subtle. Like, a lot of the jokes are visual in the movie. The song on its own is just kind of like a lot of, other songs. What makes it funny is them doing it in that context. Yeah, I don't know. That's not always the case, but
I was going to say some of the lyrics are way more overt with their jokey nature. But yes, I do agree with the sentiment that you're saying of they do take themselves to be a more serious rock band than Lonely Island takes themselves to be like serious rappers, because they're always like the lyrics are very, very jokey.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, your Tenacious D comparison is good. Definitely. Yeah, I'll buy that.
Tenacious D takes themselves pretty serious, especially the more they've progressed throughout their history. They take themselves more and more serious as a legit, powerful rock band.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah. What this reminds me of more than anything else, not coincidentally, as far as stuff we've talked about on the show, is A Mighty Wind. And that's because it's the same three guys, same three members of the musical act.
Yeah.
That was another one where music ability was not sacrificed. That came first, and it just provided this amazing place to make comedy.
Oh my God. I mean, yeah. If you want to know our thoughts on A Mighty Wind, please check out our episode. I love Spinal Tap. I love Christopher Guest's career. He's done so many awesome and fun things, but A Mighty Wind forever has my heart in his filmography.
It's so good. It's so good. Check out our episode on that. It's pretty good too.
Yeah, that's a super fun episode.
That one was easier for me to make comparisons with. This one, I mean, it's always tough with like Christopher Guest and co. I feel like the secret to the perfect parody is you're never going to go like, oh, they're doing that thing that this group did in real life. It's more of like a genre thing, you know?
This process of trying to place what some of these songs remind me of kind of was a flashback to our Blue Jean Committee episode because they did such a good job of rolling everything from the time into one thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes the music of Spinal Tap special, because they're taking elements from like, oh, I'm gonna take this from this band and this from over here, and then just sort of roll it into one song that sounds like something new.
Yeah.
But it's borrowing elements from everywhere.
Yeah. You hear it and you're like, oh, I recognize all these tropes, all this funny stuff, but I can't place it exactly because it never really happened. You know, it's not as simple as A to B. They're so good at what they do.
Yes, it's so well done.
I actually came across a clip of Christopher Guest talking about that a little bit. This was for a panel he did at AV Club, did a comedy festival about 8 years ago.
Observations I've had over the years growing up and looking at people and taking one thing from someone, and some people during Spinal Tap would come up after the movie, and many bands would come up to us and say, oh, I know who that's, yeah, I know who that is. Oh, yeah, that's Bufter. I said, what? That's Bufter, yeah, the guy in that band in, no, it's not Bufter, I don't even know who that was, Bufter. The guy, you know, in that group, I don't know who Bufter is, there's no Bufter. People believe what they want to see in certain things, and there's nothing autobiographical, they're just things, Spinal Tap...
I mean, that's what it is. People believe what they want to see, and he's a master of controlling that.
Oh, yes.
Of controlling what is put out there for you to believe what you want from.
I don't have a clip of it because I didn't know I would want it for the show, but it makes complete sense that I would want it now. I very recently saw this clip of Ozzy Osbourne talking about having watched Spinal Tap, and somebody was like, hey, what did you think of that? And he was like, it felt like a documentary because like we all lived that stuff, like getting lost in the arenas. Like that's a thing that would happen.
Funny thing about Spinal Tap, when I went to see it, I was the only person...
Do you mean this clip?
I do.
It really was like a documentary. Because those things actually happened. I mean, everybody just goes, oh, number 11, that happened. That happened. When they got lost going to the stage, that happened.
No, you got lost going to the stage?
Oh, I mean, I'm the practical joker. When you go into the...
He goes on a bit of a tale there, but
right.
when you mentioned it, I was like, oh, I have that queued up next.
That's so good.
Give it a play.
That's so good.
Yeah, Ozzy Osbourne, who we so very recently lost. I mean, again, it's one of those, we're never going to place it, but like I do think Black Sabbath is big in the shadow of sort of the type of band that's being parodied by Spinal Tap.
Yeah, you can hear it in some of the guitar solos is very Black Sabbath-y.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that touches on Black Sabbath. 2 quick stories here that I read for this. One is apparently the getting lost backstage thing was based specifically on a piece of video of Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers actually getting lost backstage in a show in Germany, ending up on a tennis court or something.
That's pretty funny.
2 is Spinal Tap was filmed in, well, over a long period of time, but mostly 1982, right?
Okay.
It was released in 1984. In the meantime, in 1983, Black Sabbath had a set piece that used the Stonehenge monument, a life-size.
Oh, no.
And it caused all kinds of problems, I think. It wasn't too small. I think it may have been too big for certain venues.
That's pretty funny.
But I just thought it was hilarious that it's a thing they did. And of course, Black Sabbath had a song called Stonehenge at the same time. But for neither of them to be sort of aware that the other was doing it, you know?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Spinal Tap did it before Black Sabbath, so they weren't parodying them. And Black Sabbath did it before the movie was released, so they had no idea. That's what's beautiful. It's just the makers of the film had this idea that just fits so well as a rock and roll idea.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny.
I do also always think about Alice Cooper when I see some of the Spinal Tap stage play stuff.
Totally.
Because he was a man who liked a set. I have a clip of him. I don't know where this is from. Can't figure that out. But I have a clip of Alice Cooper talking about this a little bit.
When you do my kind of show, there's a lot of Spinal Tap moments. You know, things that are supposed to do this but don't do that. I had a giant cannon. They decided they would shoot Alice across the stage in a cannon.
Yeah.
The cannon was massive. It was from there to here. And in rehearsal, it worked great. They'd put me in, I would get out, they'd put the dummy in, and of course they'd shoot the dummy across, then I would come out. Well, it looked great.
Yeah.
We got in front of about 20,000 people. I get in, the cannon goes off, and the dummy comes out about that far.
It just kind of goes limp.
And it's an obvious dummy. And
at the end of the cannon.
well, we sold the cannon the next day to the Stones.
I love that. I love Alice Cooper. I mentioned to you earlier, I love that Alice Cooper is just like a dude who plays Alice Cooper on stage.
Yep.
Like, so many rock stars get sucked into their, like, persona and lifestyle and all that. And he's just, like, thinking about how to build stuff to entertain people. It's fun. It's refreshing.
Yeah.
So, Shawn, did you look into at all the origin of Spinal Tap, the real-life origin of Spinal Tap?
Yes, I did read a little bit about it. It started on a TV show, right?
It started on a TV show called The TV Show, in fact, confusingly, which was like, because that was the thing. SNL had just become a thing, so it was a thing, again, to pitch like comedy variety shows.
Totally. I mean, Fridays was on also.
Yeah. So Rob Reiner, director of this film, and Michael McKean, one of the stars of this film, put together a pilot called The TV Show. And in it, you know what? I'm just going to let Rob tell it, actually.
And was the first time we had I played Wolfman Jack, who hosted the show. I said, baby, to hit a Wolfman. I did that guy. And I introduced Spinal Tap. We're England's loudest band. And we had Spinal Tap on for the first time. And they did it, and we did a thing called Rock and Roll Nightmare, and they started improvising in the characters. And then time went by, and we said, wait a minute, we can do something more with these characters. So we came back together and started working on it.
How much of it was that?
That was Rob Reiner on The Rich Eisen Show.
Oh, I love The Rich Eisen Show.
Yeah, I know you're a big fan.
I'm a huge fan of The Rich Eisen Show.
There's a good interview with Rob Reiner.
I was watching clips of The Rich Eisen Show today.
Nice.
I watch clips of him every weekday.
That's great. Reiner was on at some point in 2017 and gave that, nice, concise retelling of the beginning. But yeah, so it was basically like part of a sketch show, and it was two of the three guys. At that point, Harry Shearer was not involved, but it was Michael McKean and Christopher Guest in the band. And I do have a clip of that performance with a little bit of the Wolfman Jack by Rob Reiner at the beginning.
For you tonight from Scotland, making their first U.S. appearance, Shit's Bad. From Cleveland, Ohio, we got Louisville. From New Zealand, the band that played on the first Meatloaf demo, Jumbo Prawns, plus a special film trip.
Good names here.
Yeah.
From England, have mercy, you gonna love them to death. Spinal Tap.
Oh, he even got the howl in there. Yeah. I don't even think the characters had names at this point, right? It was just Spinal Tap, the band.
Yeah, I don't think they had named him yet.
This is also way more Stone sounding, specifically with the way that they're singing. Was like very Mick Jagger with the accent coming through.
It is very Stone sounding. Yeah, totally. I mean, I think that makes sense as your first port of call on parodying British rock acts.
Yeah.
But that was in 1979, a few years before they got together and made the movie in 82. And I believe I read, you cannot really see the guy's face in here, but I believe Loudon Wainwright III, Rufus and Martha's dad, the famous folk singer / actor, is the keyboard player in this iteration of Spinal Tap.
Okay. All right.
I don't know who the bass player is. I don't know who the drummer is. Don't have that info. They were not assigned yet. Because, again, it was just a one-off thing.
Right.
And you mentioned the names. The one thing I know about the names is the name Nigel Tufnell was used before Spinal Tap. Because if you remember the show Laverne and Shirley.
I do, yes.
Michael McKean was a cast member of this show. And
he was
in a band on the show called Lenny and the Squigtones.
Oh, okay.
And Christopher Guest helped write some of the songs for Lenny and the Squigtones, and in the credits he used the name Nigel Tufnell.
Oh.
So just for folks who've maybe never heard, here's a clip of Night After Night by Lenny and the Squigtones.
This song is called Night After Night, and it's about 2 nights in a row.
That's a great joke.
Darling. Night after night. Sample all your tones.
Night after night, wow.
Lately I can tell you're marching to a wedding bell.
Yeah.
I only wanna do what's right.
But who wants to look at the same broad night after night?
Michael's doing the deep parts there, right?
Michael is doing the deep parts, yes, and the other parts are sung by his co-cast member, David Lander, who played Squiggy. Michael McKean's character was named Lenny, so Lenny and Squiggy had Lenny and the Squigtones.
All right, nice, okay.
You know, just all part of the mix that went into this. Like, everybody was sort of musical before this, obviously. Like, this is not one where you phone it in. These people, these 3 guys and the director all wrote these songs together and just really... did the thing.
Yeah. They created a secret sauce and it works real well.
They did. And what they did is amazing because they sort of gave themselves a way to do rock star shit over the decades. They've done so much cool rock star stuff without having to live as rock stars the rest of the time. They just get to show up once every 5 years or so and do a giant show at Wembley Stadium or something and move on. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, what a life to live, It's like, I'll just be over here raking in my Simpsons money or, my TV money or whatever the hell we're going to be doing with Better Call Saul and, Christopher Guest making movies and all kinds of stuff. And
totally.
Then they're like, we'll get together every so often and just play for 250,000 people at once.
Yeah, totally. Pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Now, at the time this came out, it was there were a lot of people who felt the way that Ozzy did in the clip you referenced earlier.
Yes, I have heard that from a lot of people, in the 80s when that came out, of just being like, oh, man, that just felt like my life.
It just felt like my life. And like people who worked on it didn't understand it. And I mean, just goes to show like how like sort of ahead of the curve this was as a comedy concept.
Totally.
Just shooting a movie with no script, improvising everything. It was kind of unheard of.
Yeah.
I have one final backstory clip, and it's recent. It's from Comic-Con this year, and it's Rob Reiner talking about that.
They came up to me at the end, and they said to me, I don't understand what you're doing here. You're making a movie about a band that nobody's ever heard of, and they're not that good. And why don't you make a movie about the Beatles or the Rolling Stones or something? I said, no, it's a satire. It's a little bent, And when Peter Smokler, who shot the movie, he says when we're starting, he had shot a lot of rock and roll documentaries. We started and he says, I don't understand what's funny about this. He said, this is what they do.
This is what they do. Yeah, and that was the sentiment from rock and roll people. Like, this is what we do. This just seems like life. We get lost backstage.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. This is what they do.
Yeah. And that's the secret of it, isn't it? It's just showing what people do in a funny way is such a timeless idea for how to make funny situations.
Yeah.
Funnier really than you could ever contrive in a script. Like, the funniest moments of Spinal Tap are the funniest things I've ever seen.
I love seeing them occasionally sort of break character.
Yeah.
It happens sometimes where they're all three in an interview setting.
It's yeah. I know what you're talking about. That first interview where they're outside.
Yes, Rob Reiner is saying the reviews of their albums, and Michael just keeps laughing.
I kept noticing Christopher Guest laughing, like going to start laughing, and they would cut away real quick. Yeah, and like shit sandwich or something like that.
Yeah.
They were all so quick because this was the first time they were just riffing, you know, like you do, and then you have to play it straight. Just crazy.
Oh man,
it is really fun to see them sort of entertain themselves.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's our take on Spinal Tap. If you want a categorical history of Spinal Tap, and it's out there. It's out there. This is one of the most covered things. That's part of the reason, honestly, I think that we have not covered this yet is because it's daunting.
Yeah, you know, when we tend to do these big properties like Muppets or Blues Brothers or, you know, these things that have just been around for so long, there's just so much material and so much knowledge that it sort of becomes a weight.
Yeah.
But with the sequel coming out, you know, it's like, oh, perfect opportunity to finally do the show, and then also next week come back with our thoughts of the sequel and stuff
on the
like
new
that.
Stuff.
Yeah, you know, remain kind of topical here at K-Flix.
Hey, we try. But that said, we're not going to carry the weight on this one.
Absolutely
we're not going to try to be exhaustive on Spinal Tap because you could spend weeks just watching the actual 4 people who made this thing talk about it.
Yeah.
And not get to the end. So, hey, it's all out there. But we're going to talk about some songs that are near and dear to our hearts.
Yes, we are.
And I think that's all we can do. That's the K-Flix promise.
Yeah. You came here for the K-Flix treatment, so we're going to give it to you.
With that said, where do we start?
Wherever you would like to, sir.
Let's go with a personal fave of mine. Let's do Big Bottom.
Let's do it.
All right. So, well, in case you're unfamiliar, I'm going to play a little bit of Big Bottom, and we should note the thing about Big Bottom is, with the exception of the drummer, everyone is playing a bass guitar in this song. All right, there's a lot to unpack already in this one.
Yeah.
First and foremost, it's a song about butts, and it compares butts to bass guitars.
Well, you know, I can understand the comparison.
Sure. Yeah, it's been made a few times, I think, in the real world. I would say the most direct result of Big Bottom's existing might be that Meghan Trainor song.
You know I'm all about that bass,
Sure.
I mean, I almost did a deep dive here, and I think you almost did a deep dive as well into songs about butts.
Yes. Yeah. I was very close to it. Dude, there's so many. I mean, like, there's so many, dude.
It is crazy.
And it's a wide range, like, throughout genres. Like, Queen, Fat Bottom Girls. And then you go, like, Cisco's got Thong Song, you know, like, from our generation. Also Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Baby Got Back.
Yeah.
Bootylicious.
My Humps.
Honky Tonk Badonkadonk for the country fans.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of hip-hop songs, but Rex and Effects with the Rump Shaker.
Yep.
Juvenile's Back That Ass Up. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
A lot of songs about booties, big ones in particular.
Yeah.
The Queen one does predate this.
Oh, does it?
That has been referenced, and I think Michael McKean said that is, likely what they were thinking about when they wrote Big Bottoms. Yeah, the Queen song "Fat Bottom Girls" did exist. I think it was released in 78 or 79.
Okay. Fat Bottom Girls was one of those songs that when I heard it, I was probably maybe like between 6 and 8 years old, and I just thought it was one of the silliest songs I had ever heard. I couldn't believe that it was a song that existed.
Yeah, it sounds silly when you're a kid and you have a kid mind.
Yeah, it's just really silly sounding song.
It is a silly song.
It is a silly song, yeah.
Yeah, it is. And it was definitely like in the atmosphere in the same, 2 or 3 years where they were brewing the idea for Spinal Tap. So I think it's not a stretch to say they were inspired by the Queen song, but they did bring the element of specifically the bass guitar.
Yeah.
Which is really funny.
I don't think I ever realized that everything was a bass for that song. I don't think I realized that.
Yes, they're all playing basses. In fact, they did this song live in 2007 at, do you remember Live Earth? Live Earth was like Live Aid, like one of these big, get a bunch of rock bands together at Wembley.
Right. Okay.
And Spinal Tap played. They even had a new song, like It's Getting Warmer or something like that, some global warming themed song. But of everything, I wanted to highlight their performance of Big Bottom from that show because they invited the bass players from all the other acts that were playing that day to play with them. And they had 19 bass guitars playing together. And it includes so many people. Every member of Metallica is up here. Bass player from Block Party, Adam Yauch, MCA from Beastie Boys is playing. Just Nate Mendel from Foo Fighters. Every bass player in the room, or everyone that was already scheduled that day.
And some that aren't bass players, like James Hetfield does not play the bass.
No, yeah, right. No, just
well, I mean, not normally.
Right. Any stringed instrument player from Metallica is there.
That's funny.
Only the most talented members of Metallica appeared on stage that day.
No. Lars was there. They just didn't plug his bass in. The first song that I would like to highlight is Hellhole.
Ooh, it's a goodie.
Yeah. So there's a specific reason why I want to highlight Hellhole, and it's because of this amazing organ.
Oh, yeah.
The organ work in this song is so good. And it's one of those things, how I said earlier, how they're taking all of these elements from people and they're including it into the songs and rolling it up into one. The organ of this time was so prominent in so many just kick-ass, awesome fucking songs.
Yeah.
And it's like a lost thing in our current day. Like the organ is just gone. And it used to be in such good kick-ass tunes. So I just want to highlight a couple of really cool organ things that this song sort of like brought to my mind. We've got Your Time Is Gonna Come, Led Zeppelin song. Great organ here.
Oh, this is one of my favorite. Oh, yes. Yeah, it's a good pick.
Right?
This is an excellent example of this.
This one's a little bit more of a subdued, like it's a chill organ rock song. Like Hellhole's got the high energy, but this specific Zeppelin organ track, because Zeppelin and Pink Floyd, they use a lot of organs in their music, but this one's just got such a good, crisp, chill nature to it.
Yes.
I have to highlight this one, so sorry, Dustin. I got some Doors coming at you. Here's Light My Fire. But the organ here is just like, it's a really good riff.
That's fair. I can respect that. It's one of the things that initially turned me off to the Doors was that organ sound. I was with you on the Led Zeppelin sound. I like a beefy, like I want to say the Zeppelin and the even the Spinal Tap are probably a Hammond B3.
Oh, yes.
Which was like the official rock organ of the 70s. I'm not sure what the Doors used. Could have been. Just sounds different to me.
It does sound different. It's almost like it's like at a higher pitch or a higher key. I don't know which one's more accurate to say.
Yeah, they might just be playing it higher, or it might be going through some sort of filtration that cuts off the bottom. But what I love about the Hammond organ is the beefiness that it normally has.
Now, I will say that sometimes I don't love the organ, because the organ is also featured in Tom Sawyer, the Rush song, right? The doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. That's an organ, right?
It might be a synthesizer. I'm not sure on that one.
I do know whatever the fuck that is makes me hate the shit out of that song. And I love Rush outside of that, but I fucking hate the song Tom Sawyer because of that.
Wow.
It drives me fucking crazy. Like the way that sounds in my head. Like, I cannot listen to it.
That wow, Hot Take City. You hate Tom Sawyer and I hate Light My Fire. These are incendiary things to say.
Now, I'm a little bit different because you don't like any Doors, whereas I like every other Rush song besides that.
That's fair.
It's just the one where I'm like, I can't do it. I can't. Okay, back onto my organ train that I had planned. The Rush one was a tiny tangent I did not have planned.
Sorry. Back to the organ trail.
Yes, back to the organ trail. We're not going to get dysentery. Because I'm coming at you with Roundabout by Yes. And this is
I was hoping
one
Yes
of my
would
favorites. Oh, that's so good. Rapid Fire.
Oh, yeah.
Like getting a cramp in your fucking wrist hitting this.
Fun fact about that Hammond organ, that rock organ sound, is what it was usually plugged into was known as a Leslie speaker, which is like a speaker cabinet, but inside it, the speaker actually rotates. It spins around, and that's what gives it that cool sort of spacey, wavering sound that, we've come to love in all these songs.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's a technological achievement.
Yeah, totally. Now I just have like a quick, tiny side tangent that happened while I was collecting these organ clips to play.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to a song called 96 Tears by ? And the Mysterians.
Mm-hmm. Sure, yeah.
The way that this song starts sent me down this path.
Okay.
So I heard that.
Uh-huh.
I'm just going to play it one more time. Does that trigger anything for you?
It just makes me think of that song. Like, I know that song really well.
Okay, so...
Where are you going with this?
Made me think of Smash Mouth, Dustin.
Oh.
And their cover of Can't Get Enough of You, Baby.
Is that a cover?
Yeah, that's a cover.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I thought it was a Smash Mouth Ridge.
No. So I thought, like, does the intro of the original one have that little... Again, it's very close to 96 Tears. Okay.
Yeah.
So then I went to the Four Seasons, who originally did Can't Get Enough of You, Baby, played that up. Not there. So it's also not in the Barry White version, but I think I found it. I think it's in the version of The Color Field from 1985.
Whoa.
But
I didn't know this song had been around for so long and been through so many different versions.
Yeah. So yeah, I got a little curious, and I think that The Color Field probably got it from 96 Tears because it's so similar.
Yeah. It almost sounds to me like doing a Chuck Berry on the organ.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like that the Chuck Berry riff that he starts with. Like it's kind of the same as that in my mind.
Yeah, all right, I can see that.
But that's crazy. What The Color Field? Never heard of this band. Is it a band?
Yeah, a band. The Color Field. Now, a color is spelled COLOUR.
So a British band.
Yeah.
Huh. And that's what old Smash Mouth was listening to.
Yeah.
Presumably.
Yeah.
for them to have picked that up. It's because they definitely like didn't just add it themselves separately.
If that happened, I mean, that would be mind exploding. I mean, I don't think I could recover from that.
No, I don't think, even if they said that was the case, I don't think there's an argument for them getting it anywhere else.
No, it's fucking spot on.
That's crazy, man. You blew my mind, though, with just my whole life. I don't think about that song a lot, but whenever it came up, I just was like, oh, that's a Smash Mouth song. They wrote it.
Yeah, well, they did such a good job of making it sound like their song. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. When you said Smash Mouth cover, I was like, I'm a believer. Certainly the next words are going to be, I'm a believer. Nope.
Oh, I love that.
That does have an intro, an organ intro, though.
It does, yes. Yeah. Anyway, there are so many amazing organ songs. I miss the organ. Bring it back. You know, there's countless other songs that I didn't mention. You know, the organ. Bring it back in rock music because it is sorely missed.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's a sound, and it's one that's hard to, like, you can definitely find digital recreations of all these classic organs, but it's not the same.
No, you're not going to get that natural waver in there, you know?
Yeah, from the crazy contraption of a speaker that you had to plug this thing into.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet they're hard to find, and I bet they're even harder to find maintained, and I bet the knowledge is dying at this point.
Yes.
It's tempting to go from Hellhole to something like Sex Farm, which is another great, just crass rock song. But I don't really have anything for Sex Farm other than it's funny. Makes me laugh.
I'm always reminded of Mouse Rat with their Sex Hair song because I feel like they're a good a double feature of sex songs.
Sex Farm and Sex Hair. Yeah, but since I don't have anything to really creatively say about that one, I am going to jump over to another one that I feel like is in the same vein, and that's the song Heavy Duty.
You said duty.
I just wanna make some eardrums bleed. Heavy duty, rock and roll.
It's kind of one of those where, I mean, there aren't many words beyond heavy duty to this song. And I think they set out to just write something that was like a butt rock kind of thing like that. And I read in an interview, Michael McKean did an interview with AV Club about a lot of the songs from Spinal Tap, but he mentions that Heavy Duty he thinks may have been sort of inspired by the song The Jack by AC/DC.
Okay.
You know this song?
I don't know.
I don't think it's ever been on an album. It's just one they've played consistently live over the years.
I have seen them live, so maybe I've heard it.
She's got the jack are pretty much the only words to this song. And the backstory on that is apparently in Australia, whereas we in the 70s here, gonorrhea would have been referred to as the clap.
Oh.
It was called the jack in Australia.
Oh, right.
She's got the jack.
The jack.
Yeah, pretty gross. And I feel like a lot of the grossness in Spinal Tap was AC/DC inspired.
I can totally see that.
Was definitely referencing a band that has written songs such as She's Got Balls, Big Balls, Snowballed, Ball Breaker, Play Ball, and Got You by the Balls.
Wasn't Ball Breaker an album title as well?
It's an album, but yeah, there was a titular track.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I think they tried to have one ball song per album for at least quite a while. I thought of AC/DC consistently during the more crass numbers in Spinal Tap.
That makes total sense.
All right, I have one big song left from the film, and that is the one and only Stonehenge.
Oh, man. The instrumental break for this song is otherworldly.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Here's a little clip from Stonehenge. I kind of want to play the instrumental break now.
It's so good. I was listening to it on my walk, and I was just like, oh man, I was transported to another realm.
It's one of those, it's not a specific band I can pin down. I wanted to bring up Yes at this point. I'm glad you brought them up earlier.
Yes is amazing.
Yes is amazing. I went through some Yes songs to try to compare this to and ultimately landed on, Yes is its own thing. They're just like too funky to be directly connected to something like this.
Yeah.
I did land on a King Crimson track.
Okay.
Here's a little of the Court of the Crimson King, and I feel like this is the vibe they were going for.
Lullabies in an ancient tongue for the Court of the Crimson.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, King Crimson is like, Yes, its own thing. Sort of the originators of prog rock, of like prog metal, definitely.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, that song came out in '69, if you can believe it.
Wow.
But I've always felt like that's what the Stonehenge segment in Spinal Tap is getting at. That like prog flavor, which I really like, and it really makes me want to go listen to a bunch more King Crimson and Yes and all those bands.
So this is not really like in the genre that they would be parodying, but this is like a live realization for me. Stonehenge, because of the instrumental break and the mandolin and it having such an interesting instrumentation for the instrumental section of the song and really just the song in general. Do you think it's kind of like a Beach Boys nod?
Oh, I've never looked at it that way. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, I mean, at least, again, Beach Boys is in that world, in that stew of being experimental with your instruments. Of trying sort of new instruments that you wouldn't normally have in a rock and roll outfit. Definitely. Yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot of stuff. I think Led Zeppelin in their like more Lord of the Rings-y songs is definitely in this world.
Yeah, totally, man.
I mean, I don't know. Something about like medieval shit and rock and roll goes well together. Like
it
Led
really
Zeppelin knew it.
does.
Metallica figured that out again. Like it's been done a lot for good reason. It works.
Yeah.
Stonehenge is such a visual gag in the movie. The prop piece or the set piece being too small, but like it gets overlooked as like a really good song.
Well, I mean, you don't even get to the instrumental break in the movie because the song is just there to be used for the joke.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. It is all about, I mean, that's, I guess a lot of the clips they use are there for like one central joke.
Yeah, typically.
Speaking of all the visual gags, the one where Harry Shearer can't get out of the pod until the end will always be my favorite.
I just like that it closes on him as he's trying to get back in. That's what gets it for me. It's just his one arm is stuck like inside of it again is so funny.
It's that, and it's like the incidental sounds of the roadie trying to get him out, the like banging, the clanging with the hammer, and then the blowtorch comes in, and you just hear it just enough over the music. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, beautifully mixed.
And one of my other favorite things about this movie is the backstory that they give Spinal Tap. Like right off the top, we go through a whole list of other band names that they had when they first started, which is like a super common thing. It's like the if you go through like Eric Clapton's career, same deal, right? He was in like a million freaking bands.
Yes.
But I love also that they give them like oldies songs.
Yes.
Like they give them a progression from where they started. So I did want to hit a couple of those. The first being the song Listen to the Flower People.
Listen, it's like a bolt out of the blue. Listen.
Now this one's kind of like who am I thinking of here? Peter, Paul, and Mary? Not quite.
Buddy Holly,
sure. A little more flowery. A little Carpenters, maybe a little the Carpenters.
Okay.
Sort of, peace and love and all that is definitely the vibe.
Sure.
Specifically, this is one where, again, there was a little info out there per Michael McKean. They had heard a song called Let's Go to San Francisco by a group called the Flower Pot Men. And he described it as just like a really lame song. So here's a bit of that. And I would have to agree with him.
Yeah.
It doesn't do a lot for me.
No.
The whole like flower power, hippie, folk, quasi-folk. Not real folk. We talked about real folk.
Yes.
In A Mighty Wind, and there's some good stuff. This is just like kind of what everybody was glomming onto because it was popular, and there were 1,000 bands like the Flower Pot Men.
Yeah.
It's not a sound I've ever been drawn to, but I am definitely drawn to someone who can make a really funny parody out of that.
Yes, totally.
And I think it's perfect. I think they absolutely nailed it with that one. Now, we'll go back a little further in time, but the song Gimme Some Money.
You know what I need.
I do know that the drummer at this moment, played by Ed Begley Jr., is Stumpy, not yet Stumpy Joe.
I thought that was
first
Ed
two
Begley
drummers
Jr.
to die. Yeah. And it's just, I don't know, it's all that British invasion stuff. I mean, he's even doing kind of a Mick Jagger, like an early Mick Jagger sort of voice there.
Oh, sure. And he's moving almost like a marionette puppet.
Yeah.
Like being pulled around by the waist.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Really flopping his mop top around.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, the obvious comparison here is Money by the Beatles. I don't know if this is exactly it, but it's definitely in the mix.
Sure.
Silly teeny bopper song. Just, when all the lads from the UK were figuring out how to sound like Chuck Berry.
Yeah, testing out the waters.
The great thing about all this is I guess they loved doing these songs too because they gave us a couple more on their second album, Break Like the Wind.
Dustin, before you played the songs from this second album, Break Like the Wind, did you happen to look who any of the producers were for the record?
Oh, you talking T-Bone?
I'm talking T-Bone, baby!
Yeah. Our guy T-Bone Burnett, who was involved in A Mighty Wind, who was involved in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, who was involved in other stuff, I think, that we've talked about.
A Star Is Born? Wasn't he involved in A Star Is Born?
Yeah. Hollywood's own rock, folk, and country producer star.
K-Flick's golden child, T-Bone Burnett.
T-Bone Burnett. And all kinds of other stuff. We did a quiz about this one time.
We did,
all the things he's produced that we had no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that. I didn't dive into like which songs in particular he was involved in. I didn't go that hard on this one.
Yeah, I didn't get into it either. I just saw the name and I was like, oh, that's great. I'm going to bring that up.
Yeah. But we do get some more of their, like I said, early material on this. And one that I really liked was the song All the Way Home.
Well, I'm sitting here beside the railroad track, and I'm waiting for that train to bring her back. It's not on the 519, then I'm gonna know what sorrow means.
This has a familiar melody to it.
Yeah, it's got some familiarity for sure. What it brought me to, so this song I would classify as skiffle, or at least skiffle influenced. At one point in the movie, Michael McKean's character says he was in a skiffle group before Spinal Tap.
Okay.
And that's true of a lot of British invasion stuff. Like skiffle is sort of the bridge between like blues and teeny bopper rock and roll, right? This is like this is true for the Stones, it's true for the Beatles. What that song reminds me of in particular is a song originally released by Buck Owens called Act Naturally.
We'll make a film about a man that's sad and lonely, and all I gotta do is act naturally.
Yeah, it's got like the same moving pace to it.
Yeah, it's sort of it's a knee slapping drum tempo, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not quite traveling song tempo,
no,
but it's in that world.
Yeah, it's close to it.
Yeah, that was All the Way Home, and the second song was Act Naturally, which I knew as a Beatles song, sung by Ringo, but didn't realize that was a cover until today. And I really like the Buck Owens version, and I'm embarrassed I didn't know it.
Yeah.
Rainy Day Sun is portrayed as the B-side to All the Way Home.
Rainy Day Sun is the T-Bone Burnett song.
Oh, that's the T-Bone Burnett song. Okay, interesting. Well, here's a clip of Rainy Day Sun.
This is another very familiar sounding song. I heard lyrics come into my head when it was like Goodbye Lazy Sunday or something like that.
It made me think of Good Day Sunshine. This one is by the Beatles.
Good day, sunshine.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I mean, yeah, this too.
I mean, it's just the fact that it starts with good right away. Right after that, like drum fill. And it's definitely like kind of going for that era of the Beatles. The like chamber pop, like lots of harpsichords and horns and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
It did also make me think, what's the song that's like Cheer Up Sleepy Jean or whatever?
Oh, I think that might have, that's what I was thinking
I think that's what you're thinking of. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, it's a Monkees song. Daydream Believer.
Yes, Daydream Believer. Holy shit, yes.
Totally. And hey, now we're getting into weird territory because the Monkees, not exactly a parody act, but they are a fictional band.
They are, yes, yeah.
Created for a TV show to be like the Beatles.
Uh-huh. And they were massively successful.
Hugely, yes. Oh, yeah. This is definitely the inspiration for Rainy Day Sun.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and it's crazy. They're both like the Monkees and Spinal Tap are essentially doing the same thing. It's what makes it different is they're doing it at 20 years apart, and because of that, it's really funny when Spinal Tap's doing it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, the separation allows it to be funny.
Yeah, totally. Like NSYNC or the Backstreet Boys, one of them was doing what the other one was doing, right? But like when we look at a fake pop band that's created for a Pixar movie 20 years down the road, we go, oh, that's funny because it's all the tropes of those groups from the early 2000s.
For sure. Or, even K-pop Demon Hunters, which we just covered as well.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah. Same deal. Yes. Anyway, so thank you for sticking with me on my little journey of the sort of pre-Spinal Tap songs, because it's some of my favorite stuff.
Oh, man. Well, again, these guys are so fucking smart with the way that they handle all of this stuff. Like we talked about in the A Mighty Wind episode, they are just so keyed in to what they're doing. It's so well produced. It's so well made. They took their time. I'm so pumped to go see the sequel now because of rewatching this stuff and just being impressed by their skill all over again. Because it was about this time last year when we were releasing a Mighty Wind episode even.
That's true. Yeah. It's such an impressive group. My goodness.
So talented.
I have one more song that I wanted to play, and it's a real quick one. But I'm only kind of mentioning it because I don't think I was familiar with this song. I don't know that I knew this existed. It's a single that they released around when the movie came out, but it's not on the soundtrack. Or at least not originally on the soundtrack. And it's called Christmas with the Devil.
This melody reminds me of something.
Well, it's just like the Christmas song.
I know, I was being ridiculous. I was being ridiculous.
Not just because of the title of this song, but I do feel like this is them finally addressing Van Halen.
Oh, okay.
Which would have been, they were popping off at the time, and their song "Runnin' with the Devil" had come out in I want to say 78. But just that first guitar sound has a Van Halen quality to it that I can't describe.
Oh yeah, it's like the amount of space that it takes up is very Van Halen-like.
Yes, and the drums are huge in Van Halen, like the bass.
It has the sound, but not the right riff for a Van Halen, if that makes sense.
They're not doing like the tapping, the true Eddie stuff, yeah. But the other thing they do in this song is the way that Van Halen always did, like their chorus harmonies.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the way they say Christmas with the Devil there is just straight out of Running with the Devil.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's good stuff right there.
I mean, you can't make a parody hard rock thing in the 80s and not give a nod to Van Halen.
That's so true. So I've got Tonight I'm Gonna Rock You Tonight on the docket, and I want to bring it up for a very specific reason, and perhaps you'll agree. Perhaps you've never thought of it like this.
Okay.
But this song really sounds like one particular band in my head. We're starting with the opening here because that's what I'm going to be comparing it to other things.
Okay. Let me ask you a question about this comparison you're about to make.
Great.
Is it a band that would have been inspired by Spinal Tap?
No.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, I have another direction, but please give it to us.
To me, this is their Kiss song.
It is definitely a Kiss song. Yes.
Because it's got a lot of Kiss elements in there.
When you first played it, I was thinking of the band The Darkness. I thought you were going to go in that direction.
Okay, fair.
But then on the I don't know, there was some fill that happened, and I was like, oh no, it's Kiss song. It just hit me that's their Kiss song. Yes.
It's the overall build of the intro mixed with that like that like rapid Tommy gun style
and then the da-da.
Yes.
That is Detroit Rock City for sure.
Oh, is it? Yes, it fucking is.
Yeah.
It's got the sa-da-da-da, sa-da-da-da, and then fucking right into the bam-bam.
100%. And it's like the catchiest song. It's like the single from the movie.
And it's also got some Love Gun in there, I think, too. Again, it still had the sa-sa-sa-sa, like it had that like rapid fire drum hit to start it up. There it is again.
What Kiss did was so important because they took the glam thing and they brought it over to the mainstream rock world and blended it beautifully.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, it finally dawned on me as to like why the song just feels like it's been a part of me for a while. Because my dad was just like the hugest fucking Kiss fan on the planet. So I've grown
biggest
up
Kiss
just
fan I've ever met.
listening to Kiss my whole life. So it finally triggered in my head why this song feels so familiar to me.
Yeah, you're 100% correct. Yeah, all it took was you alluding to it for me to go.
Yeah, you just have to pay attention specifically to the way that it ramps up in the intro, and you're like, oh, and then it expands throughout the whole rest of the song, and you're like, oh, that's a little Kiss moment. This is a little Kiss moment.
For sure. Yeah, I can totally hear it. Oh, that's a good observation.
Well, thanks, man. I'm glad you agree.
Oh boy. We did it. We talked about a bunch of Spinal Tap songs. There are like dozens more.
Oh my God, so many
spoken
more.
Of. So many through the years. They've released new songs up through at least 2007. I want to know through dude in 2019 Harry Shearer did a whole album of his own in character.
Yes, he did.
I don't even have anything about because there's just too much.
Yeah. It's pretty wild. Again, this has been going on for 41 years now. So it's as old as me.
Yeah.
So we can't possibly cover everything, but hopefully we had some cool reveals for you and thoughts of our takes and things like that. But
I think we had a good time.
Before we wrap everything up, I have a feeling I know how you're going to answer the normal question because you have seen Spinal Tap live, so that's a pretty good indicator. But Dustin, if Spinal Tap were a real band, which they basically are, in our reality producing music, would you listen to them?
100%, obviously, of course. Like you said, I have seen them live on an acoustic tour, which was different.
Still awesome.
They weren't like, if I recall, they weren't really in character. It was more like wink and nudge kind of thing. It was the three guys because it was a tour where they actually performed half Folksman songs and half Spinal Tap songs.
Right.
But like with the Folksman setup, with like upright bass and all that cool stuff.
Love that.
It was super fun. I'm so glad they did that. I'm so glad I got to catch it.
Oh,
our buddy Paul, who I saw that show with, is going to join us next week.
Yes, he will.
To talk about the new movie. And just to further say, yes, I will continue listening to Spinal Tap. Yeah, just a reminder, we're going to go listen to some this weekend.
Yes,
and
we
will
are.
bring you a new episode on Monday about the new Spinal Tap movie.
And listeners, just so you're aware, you've heard Paul's voice twice on the show before. He's not going to be playing a crazy character or some lunatic calling in. He's just going to be here as our normal human friend.
You get to meet the real guy, although those bits were great.
Yes, yeah, no, he's fantastic in those bits, and we look forward to having him do more, but he will be his normal self next week.
He really is an Arrested Development superfan.
Yes, that is true. Yeah,
so,
that was not a stretch. Real. Yeah, it was basically real. So if you had fun this week, tune in next week because we're going to have more Spinal Tap for you. So please go ahead and rate this podcast on whatever platform you're currently listening to it on. If it happens to be YouTube, give us a like and subscribe.
And find us always at fictionradiopod.com and contact us at fictionradiopod@gmail.com.
See you next week for more Spinal Tap.
Watching movies and jamming out. KFlix 198.4 Fiction Radio.